Imagine buying control of a public company worth hundreds of millions. But what if the buyers didn't have to use their own money? What if they took control first, moved the cash to help pay for the company itself? It sounds impossible, but in 1997 Sweden, that question launched the Trustor Scandal. Sweden, 1997. From the outside, nothing looked like a crime scene. There were no masks, no guns, no vault being forced open. The tools were ordinary: contracts, share certificates, bank accounts, and signatures. Because in a public company, control can be more valuable than owning every share. And at the center was Trustor, a Swedish investment company with one critically important feature. Trustor was not an empty shell. It was a public holding company with investments across Swedish industry. But its ownership contained a crucial detail. Trustor had two classes of shares, A and B. They carried the same capital value, but not the same voting power. B had 1 vote, A had 10. That meant owning shares and controlling the company were two very different things. The A shares were the control lever. Whoever controlled them could control Trustor. And control of the votes meant influence over the board, authorized to make decisions. So an outsider only needed to acquire the specific shares that controlled it. The solution was not to buy every share in Trustor, but the controlling block. In June 1997, the controlling shares were purchased for 241 million Swedish kronor. Most of the company's shares had not changed hands, but its voting control had. And once control changed, the board of Trustor was reorganized. Under the new corporate structure, Lord Moyne formally assumed the position of chairman. His associate, Lars Sterling, was immediately appointed as the new managing director. They no longer stood outside trying to buy it. They now held positions inside. After control of Trustor changed, a new company bank account was opened in London. On the surface, it looked like an ordinary corporate account inside the international banking system. But the account had not been approved by Trustor's board. Then, immense amounts of corporate money silently began moving out of Sweden. In total, 770 million Swedish kronor were transferred into London. This was critical. The money did not come from investors. It belonged to Trustor. Soon, hundreds of millions were paid out. The crucial question was, where did it go? Investigators followed the most critical payment, the purchase of Trustor's controlling A shares. The trail led backward from this massive payment, directly into the London corporate account. And behind that London account was money taken directly from Trustor itself. This created a paradox. The money used to buy Trustor originated inside Trustor. The loop was closed: gain corporate control, move company funds, and fund the acquisition. In simple terms, the target company was financed with its own stolen assets. But hundreds of millions still flowed along other unexplained paths beyond London. The share purchase was only part of the story. Over 400 million SEK left without authority. One major trail led to Introcom, a Gibraltar company controlled by Trustor's managing director. Other payments reached Guinness Management and M&A, while still more money followed additional routes. And once funds moved through multiple corporate accounts, tracking the original Trustor money became incredibly complicated. But complicated did not mean invisible. Legal action froze some remaining funds to begin recovery. Later, 417 million SEK arrived in Luxembourg, but competing claims trapped it. This was not a simple cash suitcase. It was a complex network of unresolved transfers. Then, on October 31st, 1997, the story broke into public view. Svenska Dagbladet published an investigation into the people and transactions surrounding Trustor. What happened behind secure boardrooms and foreign bank accounts was suddenly examined in public. Trading in Trustor was suspended as questions around the takeover intensified. And the financial story became a criminal investigation. Investigators now had to reconstruct where the money moved and who ultimately benefited. But proving a crime in court is not the same as finding a suspicious money trail. The Trustor investigation eventually involved 12 people suspected of crimes connected to the affair. But when the principal criminal case reached court, prosecutors brought charges against 3 defendants. And here the scandal confronted a problem common to complex financial crime. Reconstructing what happened to corporate money is not the... In April 2002, after years of investigation and litigation, all 3 defendants in the main case were acquitted. Meanwhile, another name had become central to the Trustor story, Joachim Posener. But he would never stand trial for the Trustor affair. In 2007, the suspected Trustor offenses against him reached their statute of limitations. The criminal case could no longer be brought. Yet the legal story still wasn't over. In a separate Trustor-related case in 2009, Thomas Gisander was sentenced to strip away the personalities and legal battles, and the Trustor mechanism becomes clear. First, the buyers did not need every share. They only needed voting control. Second, voting control granted direct authority over the board and management. Third, corporate authority unlocked access to the company's own valuable treasury. Fourth, they moved those funds across international borders and accounts. Together, these 4 steps enabled a seamless loop of control and capital. Ultimately, Trustor's own resources financed its own takeover. That was the mechanism.